Welcome to the Legion's Lair. I am Brad Jones, brooder of Bjorngar.
Emir Kaspar, Mike Casper, and
Down below,
Kirby Smith.
Curb.
The Goblin Master himself, or one of the Goblin Masters. Actually, we should say you're the new Armory Configurator Master. That's what we should say.
I wear many hats. I'll say that.
I would like to think that they should add that into the bio. Bring them onto the table. A lot of popping and swapping. That's for sure.
It's good stuff. We need to be flexible.
It is cool.
I want to say they came out with each of your individual looks on the tribute figures, right?
Yeah. There's 4 distinct portraits or heads, so each one of the 4 of us got our own. And
you have the Thump.
It's a Nubnik, but he's got like some face paint going on.
Nice.
The
okay.
one.
Face paint Nubnik. Okay.
Yeah.
But right there he is.
That's me in the back, sneaking around.
Yeah. Sneaking around in the back.
So that's Kirby.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right
There's Kirby. Now next to you is
Patrick. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a cool guy.
And that's a Thwick head, correct?
Yeah.
I believe it does look like a Thwick face, yes.
Nice.
And then we
have Mark.
Hold on, let me go back.
So he has the new head sculpt.
That's cool though.
Yeah, and it shares the helmet with the Lux Legion Builder Goblin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at
we have Anne.
Yeah.
And, like the swig head. Is that a swig head?
It's a new head, but it's the same hood.
Okay, so it's a new sculpt also.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we got you down here, Clib.
Yeah, there's the Kirby.
Great.
Nice. Well, see, I only got one of those packs, Curb, so I screwed up. I'm gonna have another pack so I can make all 4 of you guys. And
I've only got a couple myself, and I feel like I got too few. I was really hoping we'd see, like the pre-orders stay up. Like every other wave, usually you can keep the pre-orders up for a while and stuff, but that wave just was. I know there's under-ordered or whatever it is, so I'm really hoping.
That was the first wave where I said, I'm not going to get this wave because when it comes out, I'll be at these cons and I'm just going to buy them there. It was one of them things. It was like the first time I decided to make this decision. And shortly after that is when the Horsemen changed up and said, hey, now they're $50 and whatnot. So it did kind of but then I'm like, well, if I would have known that, I would have ordered them. I was just thinking, I'd make it convenient for myself. So being low numbered, it does seem to be sold out at quite a few places, which I guess that can be a good thing. If you're talking, I guess, value for your figures, because that's definitely sought after. I mean, to create multiple people, you need multiple packs. So
yeah, and I did a little way back when it was new. We kind of did a look at what do you need to get just to take the pieces that you have in this set to kind of maximize it and use and get 2 more figures out of it, and for the 1.0 build, it's just the core, a chest and the skirt and legs, and so I mean that's kind of, those are around other than the dwarf goblin legs fade in demand, but even the pieces from the 2.0 side of things, there's not a ton that you need to get a new figure out of it, and you could use the different arms and limbs and stuff. So I think it's a great set. I think it's up there with like even the Exile set, some of the other newer sets that have come out. That this to me is just a really cool compliment in that it's accessible to almost everything in the library, because you have the 1.0 and the 2.0. You have the necks even that you can switch between 1.0 and 2.0 whichever way you want. Like if you want a 1.0 head on 2.0 body, 2.0 head on 1.0 body, all the ways. So I mean, this pack really lets you kind of go crazy with your entire collection. So I think it's an awesome set. I'm really honored to be attached to it.
I think it's and once again, Horsemen don't have to do that, and it was cool that they include fans and people who help out the community or do something, and it's special.
It is. Yeah,
I did get it from Big Bad Toy Store, but I
Nice.
do believe that's sold out.
Yeah.
So,
but usually when they come out, some more might.
That's true.
That's where I really got to be on it.
I was able to get all the figures from Big Bad Toy Store pre-ordered, except for that one. That one I had to search, once a day, do your thing, go look for it, and eventually one day I went in there and there was one popped up, and I was able to grab it.
Yeah, good man.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. So I think my figure had sold out once, and now it's back on the table because, and I was all excited. I was like, "It's sold out! Yeah, baby!" And they just bought another few hundred cases, and I'm like, "No!"
There you go.
Because I want my figure to be sold out. I'm like, "Let's sell that bitch out, baby! Yeah!"
Right.
Because it's cool, to know that people are out there searching for your figure or something,
Yeah, it's weirdly validating. Like you're just kind of like, people want me. I mean, it's in an action figure, but they like, maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's just a good figure, sure, whatever. But we can tell ourselves it's because you guys are awesome and they want a piece of the Brad. I mean, that's why I want one.
Yes,
Yeah.
Everybody wants a little bit of the Bradley.
They want the titties, the titty
titties.
What they
Which
want.
you've been helping as well. To get. Could this be live?
So have you guys seen that new trend going around about where Miranda rights are being read? You go in, anything you say will be held against you, blah, 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 blah. And everybody goes, well, boobs. I'm like, going around. So that reminds me every time of Brad's figure.
Send those to me, Mike. I want to see those.
Oh, God. They're all. So going on with, let's just kind of dive into this tribute thing here. By the way, Mark right there, I think he's unleashing the whole horde of Gob Hollow, and they're headed to Happy Valley to lynch James Franklin, I would think. You think?
Could.
What?
I don't know who that is, but why not? I mean, who doesn't love a good mob? I mean, grip your torches.
Oh my God, that's the ex-coach of Penn State. Good coach. Real good coach. I thought he should not have lost his job, but Penn State went from second in the country to begin the season, and in 3 weeks they have no chance of making the playoffs.
Oh no!
Their whole season has imploded. I feel so bad for Mark, but the only thing I have to say, Mark, is let go of Penn State. Come to Columbus, take the scarlet and gray, and become a Buckeyes fan and win multiple national titles. Be probably the best college football program in the history of college football. Be a fan of that. Do not put yourself through this Mount Nittany Lion. Okay, buddy, don't
Isn't
do it.
that isn't Ohio where Big E, the wrestler, is from? Like he went to college there. He was a Buckeye for a little bit.
Oh, was he? I
I
have no
think
idea
so.
who he is. Yeah.
He's
Okay.
he's a very entertaining guy. I like him a lot.
Cool.
I don't even watch wrestling, but I got into their podcasts and stuff, and he's hilarious.
So, Curb
Yeah,
or Kirby,
either.
where were you when the drop for the malignancy figures, the Ashes of Ashmore wave was happening? Where were you, and what? Just tell us a little bit about that. How excited you were?
Oh, yeah. I was just at home like everybody else. I just caught it online. I know the speculation, kind of what we were thinking going into it is, we had the precedent of the Outpost Zaxius. So I think a lot of people got that vibe that we were going in and thinking like, okay, this is going to be kind of a lot of parts reuse, but just like the Zaxius wave, it was a lot of we were like, that came out really awesome. That was such a fun wave. They took parts that we already had, but they did so much new stuff. And so it was like, okay. So I was just, ready, kind of in myself and everybody in the malignancy. We try to overhype ourselves before we start a new wave. Just let's have a goblin in there. That's all we want. And yeah, so I just, we tuned in and having the usual good time with everybody in the chat. And it was a lot of fun. And when that first thing came up, the hashtag Year of the Dwarf, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, we know we're not quite as special. Maybe we're a little less loved, but we'll have our day. We were just okay. Let's just take this on board. We'll deal with it. And then Jeremy, he remembered his goblin roots. He remembers where he came from. He might be a fan of the dwarves, but he's got a good track record with the goblins. So I said, "Year the Goblin." I about jumped out of my seat just on that. And then they started showing it, and then they even said it was called the Malignancy. And right away, kind of our little group chat, the Facebook group and stuff, we were just, that was enough. I mean, like our group getting recognized, like that was huge. We were already like, I was texting, Dan and Mark and Patrick and all the admin team, Jesse, I can't think of his name, Captain Firebeard. We have like our admin group and stuff. Elijah, thank you. Yeah. And so, just seeing that name come up was just massive for us. We were just like, wow, we made it. Like we felt like as a group, that was a huge win because that was, because it to us, it's one thing like when you identify as an individual, your personal achievements, everything, that's something. But to say that like our group who kind of before this, it would always be like talking about the groups and there's like, oh, there's the Kings of the Mountain and the Goblin group. We were kind of just like, yeah, we're there, but we, everybody in that community, we're up to like over 900 people, and we got great content, and people are allowed to be there, and it's just we are our group. And so when that came up alone, we were already just lit up, so happy. And then when it went a step further, and like he said, it was dedicated to, like the unofficial names were for the four of us. I mean, we were in our chat, but I mean, we were crying like grown men, like far apart. We were just like you guys, I mean, we had the benefit of we weren't on camera when we had it so that was a kind thing because you don't want to see me cry. It's not a beautiful thing.
I heard that also. I heard that Mark, he was very emotional, even more emotional than at a Ohio State Penn State game where they lose, and of course they always lose to Ohio State. So it was a very emotional time for him, I hear.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like you guys know when you kind of something that you're a part of that community, and to just kind of be seen and have people like just kind of recognize how much effort you put into just being someone who builds up and elevates the community by doing whatever we do. You know, we all contribute different things. Not everyone is a customizer. Not everyone is, you know, a YouTube streamer. Everyone has different things that they contribute, but it's in that union of everybody that we have the community that we do. And so to me that was something that was really interesting, because our group, we didn't have the like the longevity of a lot of the other groups. You know, we don't have someone, you know, doing like a YouTube stream every week. You know, we're not as visible necessarily as a lot of the other groups. So I mean, we get out there, you know, we do our thing, but you know, we're not. It was just a surreal experience. I couldn't believe it. I had to go run and show my wife, and she was like a little bit like, "Okay, what? I don't quite understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Can you explain it to me a little better?" And I'm like, "I have a toy. This is me."
I think that's the one thing that like trying to explain to your parents or family members or friends who you love, and you're like, "Oh, what'd you do?" And it's like, "Oh, you know, I went to New Jersey." And it's like, "Oh, what do you do there?" You know, and you explain to them. I don't tell them it's Lauren. Like, they after them, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay, they did." You know, well, what does that mean? You know. I got friends who ordered the figure. They don't own action figures. They ordered just my figure.
Yeah.
And for the last 2 years, all I hear is, "When is it coming in?" I get emails all the time, but they're like, I'm like, it takes a while, so just be patient. Broder's coming.
Yeah. So I mean, but like you guys know, it is surreal just to know that that is out there. Not just, you know, like, okay, everybody's gonna have a little figure that has a connection to me, but just that idea is that, again, the company's looking and they're recognizing people in the community for different things that they do. I mean, it's said a million times, but who else does that? And you know, I just really honored, and I can't say enough good. And you know, we wrote a little thank you thing to the Horsemen for doing that, because that was, I mean, that's a unique experience. How many people in our, you know, even in our group can say anything like that? So that was pretty wild, getting the figure named after all of us. And yeah, something, can't wait to have it in hand.
Yeah, I would think that your figure is probably right after ours. I would think it should be, you know, once we get Rising Suns, I would think the next round would be, I mean, it could be Cosmic, but I would think it would be you guys.
Everything has been in the works for a while, so I get that feeling too. Like they've kind of course, the timelines are always flexible and stuff, but yeah, I mean, I think they're all going to be hitting pretty soon, so that'll be fun for the next year, just to have all that stuff in hand and see where it goes, because some of these do have new parts. So then, you know, where are we going to see those get used again now that they're out there?
Yeah, it's surreal, but I think once the figure gets here, I think it'll just spark everything back up again. I think it will. And the same for you as well. So it's amazing, but I think once it actually is here and you see it, it's cool to just go to Big Bad Toy Store and see myself. You just me and Mike call each other like, go to Big Bad, see the page.
I mean, it's what else do you need for like our hobby to say like you've made it? You know, like what metric can you do to say like, okay, this is up there?
It's a very high honor. It's a very high honor.
And it's fun too. I mean, it's fun above all.
Hobby. We enjoy this, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
So let's just go through the interview with Curb, and then we'll go back to news and stuff like that, because we're already in the interview.
I guess the only news we have is what
No, there's
skeletons.
Yeah, I mean, let's go through the news. We're going to pause the interview right now. You ready,
Well,
Big
we can just go to, here, I can just go back. Well, we can just talk about these, right? Oh, you're not seeing them. These? You're talking about these?
Yeah. The Graveyard pre-order is now live and up until October 31st at 2300 hours, 11 p.m. It will be gone on the 31st, Halloween night. So we have all 5 skeletons, multicolored. You can buy them. They're blind boxes or blind figures. But if you buy the what was it, 12
pack? Yeah,
12
Yeah, if you get the whole case,
you're guaranteed to get every single color, including
plus
the chase, which is black. So yeah, that is awesome.
Now, I know on the show here, I think we called it that. What if there's black? We said black ash skeletons for the dragon, but it's kind of that black skeleton for the dragon that we're talking about, you know?
Yes.
I feel like that's exactly why they put that in there like this, is because you get like people are gonna want it.
You know, burnt skeleton case. Yeah, you got to get a case. I think that's what I'm gonna do is just get the case. And then I even heard, and I told Mike this, and then I heard Curtis saying that as well. Yeah, if you don't want, I would buy the case, and then like whatever ones you don't want, I at least want one of every color. You know, I don't necessarily have to have duplicates, but I mean, I guess if I do, you know, whatever I don't want, I can sell for $20. You know, so
yeah,
it's not a big deal. And I would rather buy that knowing what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
It's me, you know.
No, that's always, I mean, like for all
weird.
the years of adult collecting, like all of our figures, blind boxes are always kind of like that double-edged sword. They let you put out a lot of figures that you wouldn't just put out like by themselves, you know, like you wouldn't just release like just the pink skeleton and then just the orange one. Like this way you have that opportunity. Okay, we can put out 5 different colors at once. Yeah, some people don't like that it's random, it's blind box, but then having that, like if you are buying the case, for sure you're gonna get one of each color. You know, do it that way, you will. There's enough people that always love to have more of the skeletons and stuff. And like even me, I stay away from the skeletons personally. Like I don't have a need for them in my collection. But even then, I still have wound up picking up 1 or 2, and I would pick up one of these just because they're fun. And I mean, the colors are fun, and it's always a complicated topic to approach. But the Horsemen handled it like the best way that you can, because they are collectors just like us. They know how frustrating it can be. Like if you're, you know, looking for one specific one and you can't get it. I mean, they've all been through that. They've been through these eras of how many times different companies have done this. Sometimes where, it's like nearly impossible. I mean, you can look at like George's collection. He's into all sorts of the like bear bricks and collector art toys that, I mean, that's the norm, is you get like that one special chase figure in like 20 cases and they're worth hundreds of dollars. But the Horsemen are like, we're not going to play that game. We're going to do something that's still fun, still accessible. And they lowered the price even, so that's part of the benefit.
Plus, I like how the Horsemen, they know how our community is. So I like when they do stuff like this, because there's somebody out there who's going to want all the orange, and we're able to trade. And by trading, we actually communicate with other people and whatnot. And that's kind of what this community is about. So it gives people the opportunity to say, hey, I want all the yellow ones. I'm going to try to get all the orange ones, the pink ones, purple ones, or just whatever. So I think this is also a good opportunity for trading and and whatnot, and it definitely helps, in the community, doing that. Go ahead and I think he says like hit
Nice.
that like button. Knight that like. I mean, I'll knight him if you want me to.
Knight the like button from Nate Strong.
But yeah, these are cool, and then so are the. I guess I have to go back for the.
Then we have the 2 zombie figures.
Yeah, which are cool. Their accessories are freaking crazy. I never thought we'd ever get this type of accessories from the Horsemen. So.
Well, you have a change of clothes with each if you want to buy the accessory pack. Also,
yeah, I guess I can go to that guy. So he would have worker soft goods pack. It has like a Freddy Krueger jacket vibe.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
cool. Definitely cool.
Very cool.
$20 for soft goods. That's for pants and shirt. Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously we have the female rocker zombie. That looks cool.
And they added that head, actually.
Yeah, I would say that head actually looks sick. Yeah, yeah, it's not in the picture, so I guess don't go by that. But yeah, that picture's sick. She's got her little mice down here, rats or whatever.
Some rats. Now she comes with a skeleton hand. Did they say why they did that?
I mean, probably to match her skeleton type nose, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, they upped the game on the graveyard, didn't they, guys?
I think that's a cool, that definitely looks dope. Look into my eyes, woman.
And it's interesting because this is a different avenue. Like we have, fantasy is our mythic, cosmic is our space, and then, we have kind of older, like, Figure Obscura has its delineation, Infinite has its delineation, but this is outside of all of that. So then this lets them go down this route, and it even kind of goes back to their roots. Like the early days at Spawn, like that's what that it was all about.
Yeah, I think it did. Like I think how Mark says, it's just just another hand of like another level of decay, just to show a little. She's peeling away.
Very cool.
But yeah, these are definitely cool.
So it's a short pre-order. Obviously they have come down Halloween night because, of course, Legion's Con's the next week, and that's going to be their big mythic wave. Now, what do we think that's going to entail? Because I think this is the first year we have no freaking clue. And I don't know. They should give us a hint within the next couple weeks, like a title of the wave.
Right.
They normally, what, Mike, you are right. They did the last couple of years. I don't think they did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave us a little bit. And I know they did for Rising Suns. They did.
Yeah.
I think they showed, didn't they show Atlas and.
They might have. I don't know. But last year it was Reign of the Beast. They had the title out.
Yeah.
So definitely. I thought maybe we'd get Aetheron and Xylona in the Reign of the Beast, but we did not. Now, what's shipping currently? They have Figure Obscura, the Jersey Devil shipping, and they have the heads pack. I got my Jersey Devil, but no heads packs yet. Cosmic.
Yeah, I haven't. Oops, that's why I'm not doing that. I haven't gotten anything for my Jersey Devil yet. Mike, did you get an all-in or did you just get a figure?
I got an all-in. I just haven't had time to open it yet.
Gotcha. I got an all-in as well, I believe.
But I'll have to get on that at some point here because that Jersey Devil does look good. Someone on the Cabal used the Jersey Devil body on Anubis with the Anubis parts to make a big Anubis.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That is cool. I saw
See
that. Just got the jug handle devil today.
The jug handle.
Well, now that I know the secret way to go to Wegmans without having to go around those 2 jug handles,
There you go, dude.
Just saying. And I can tell you that secret. I think I've told the secret many times on the show. If you're at Legion's Con and you want to go to Wegmans, instead of going right out the parking lot and going down, you see once you get to the light, you see Wegmans, but you have to go around the 2 jug handles before it swings you back around. You just go out the back of the parking lot. It almost looks desolate. Over where Motu Joe keeps his camper, you kind of go out that way. So if you see an RV, you go out that way, go in the back, and then when you got it, you make a left. As soon as you make a left, you go straight to the light. Wegmans on the right. It's literally right there. It's so easy. I learned that from Brendan Higgins because he lives right down the street. He's like, "Why would you do that? You just..." I'm like, "Oh, that makes complete sense." Because literally, it's like 2 minutes compared to like 7 to 10, depending on traffic. So
yeah,
and it's literally right there. You can see it. It's just there's these big loops you got to go around to get to it. And I'm like, "Oh wow." I'm like, "Wow, this is so easy to do that now." So now that I know that, it's very convenient to go to Wegmans, which is a store but also has food in it as well.
Both things are important.
Yeah. Some people, I didn't know what Wegmans was, and everybody kept saying they were going over there, and I thought they were just going over there to get, beer or alcohol because they serve that next door. But
sure,
I didn't realize that it was like gourmet pizzas and gourmet. Me and Mike got a gourmet burger or some smash burger in there a couple times.
Every time I go there, I get a burger.
Yeah, and it's really good. So I encourage, you don't have to stay at the pub and Flushing and eat necessarily. There's other things around the corner.
So at Legion's Con, there is a Goblin event. I think it's called
Sunday?
The 1,000 Swigs. Does the Malignancy have anything to do with the 1,000 Swigs, or are you guys just stoked?
We're big supporters of it.
Oh, yeah.
We kind of, Swig was our 2024 Goblin of the Year. So I mean, we were in on the ground floor of Swigness, and so we definitely try to represent. Like he's at the forefront of the popular Goblin media, so we try to do everything we can. A lot of it is headed up by Terrence St. John, right? And we have a group of people that are involved actively of trying to promote it and things. And so, yeah, we do. The Malignancy does our part. And then, everybody else is certainly welcome. Like, this is not just for us. Like, this is for every man, woman, child, and other. Like, it's come bring your swig. You customized it or not. Just bring it. And it is like from 11 to 1. So, it's like a little 2-hour event, but you can drop off your figures, and then, we'll take the picture at 1, like when everything is wrapping up, and then, come pick up your guy again, or pick up your swig. And then, yeah, it's just funny, hang out, Terrence. And if you saw some of the videos last year about how people responded to the event, it was a big deal.
Yeah, well, I made a TikTok video of all the different ones that I took pictures of.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, like I was. That I think to me was the hardest part about not being there last year was having to miss that. But I'm happy to be there this year and get to contribute more and be there in person. But I mean, just the stories. That's one thing. We're kind of in the last month before the event. We're going to try to emphasize. How many people's stories. Yeah, it's just a figure on the table, but for some people, they just got into Mythic Legions that weekend, and Swig, he's so available that they got one. Maybe somebody got one gifted to them. Maybe someone just this is their first custom. Even there was a lot of people that said that. So this was an opportunity to them for breaking out of that shell, trying something outside of their comfort area. So there's so many stories like that, and then the impact it had on people at the studio, like actually seeing it in person. Um, that people apparently, I didn't know this until much later, but there was a lot of people that didn't think the event was actually happening, and so
Oh, I know what you're saying. I think a lot of people thought it was a joke, actually. Like it was
yeah,
we were just promoting funniness or something.
yeah, like it was just a gag or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I was associated with, so I totally understand that. It's probably my own fault for
Yeah,
half the
I heard
stuff
a
I
few people
pulled
go,
with
I
the
thought
ball.
that was just like they were really joking. I'm like, no, they're trying to get 1,000 swigs.
Yeah. So this year we're just really saying like, okay, you guys saw it last year, you could be part of it this year.
Now,
And yeah, everybody come just just to contribute and be a part of it.
what was the number? Was the number like 277 or something like that? Or it was like, I want to say it was almost like 300.
So
Yeah, I want to say is yeah, I thought it was something like 360.
Or maybe that's
something
what,
like
maybe it
that.
was 360 something.
Yeah.
And I
So
thought,
it
"Damn,
was,
that's still pretty damn good."
oh, it's amazing. Like again, like nobody organized this. I was on New to Mythics and with Greg and Terrence, and we were
Oh, here we
talking
go.
about this.
356. I
Oh,
think
356.
Whoa.
There we go.
Nice.
356.
But I mean, like a lot of these events, like when people go to Designer Con and stuff, like they get like a group of artists, they're handpicked, and usually it's like a small group, maybe like 10, maybe like 20. And that's a big deal. Like if you get some of the designers in the action figure community, like to come and like try out to work on a certain figure, anything like that alone is a big deal. But we had 300, I mean 356, like that is, and it's just like it's loosely organized. Like we're not out saying everybody needs to bring one. We're just saying, hey, come and join in on the fun in any way you can. And you saw people doing ridiculous stuff, like a swig head on a whiskey bottle. I mean,
it was
like,
looking through it. I don't know the numbers, but I know that there may have been a couple of just normal swigs.
yeah,
I thought there would be like hundreds of just normal swigs, because that, to me, that would be easy. I would encourage people just to bring a normal swig,
yeah,
because there wasn't a lot of normal swigs there, like just a couple. Everyone had, and we all know you have a swig at home, and it would be
yeah,
cool if you could bring it just for the show. If you're going to come to the show, just bring it,
just
like
bring it. Yeah.
you don't, even if you don't want to customize it, just bring it. They have a tag, they put your name on it, so it's not like no one else is going to take it.
Yeah, no, they did a great job. I was really impressed by Terrence and Gina last year, like that they
Swig shirt, that's great.
organized it all, and it was nobody was missing out on anything. And
But yeah,
we're gonna do it again.
Hulk
And
Hogan
yeah,
swig. I mean, that I was laughing at the Hogan swig. I mean, like,
I think that was Mark that did that even.
Chris from
Was it
Garwich.
Chris?
Chris Garwich even brought a couple swigs.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, they had to get in on it. Like this is like, especially for the old guard, like the people who've been around this community for forever.
Yeah.
Like
I got
you want to get in on this.
Yeah, I have an idea for one that I think I'm going to bring that I didn't see there. There was even a Snoopy or the ghost. They just put a ghost outfit over swig, like the Charlie Brown the little ghost outfit.
And that was one of Jeremy's kids that did that.
Oh, was it? Was it?
Yeah. I don't know them, so I don't know. But it's like, I mean, that's the thing, is like, okay, here's someone who's, how much contact is that young person had with, their parents. Yeah, I mean, this is their passion. They're a figurehead in the community. They've gone to Legion's Con before, and then this was where they decided to make their first custom at this event. Like, this is what broke someone that, has so many ties and so many ways that they could have come in, but it's this weird event that said, okay, I really want to be a part of this. I mean, that's how much excitement is around it. So, I mean, to me, again, it's that story of just everybody's how we
Trent
got
was
there.
up there. Jeremy was up there. I mean,
Yeah.
Jim was up there. Cornboy was up there. They were all up there admiring it, taking pictures. So
Yeah,
it was
no,
great
it's a
event.
blast. And I mean, seriously, I hope everyone, at least drop by, come check it out for yourself and, see what it is because it's an open invitation. It's
I mean,
open
we would
mic
like
night,
get to 1,000, but I mean, if we could just double our number, would be even freaking awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
get to 700 and then know that next year we could hit that 1,000 mark. But
I think realistic would be 500 this year.
Even that. To
That would be
me,
great.
it's like Terrence is an awesome guy and he's done so much with, trying to give us ideas and get us coordinated and get us working together to promote the event and get people there. And I can't say enough good about that. But at the same time, he is feeling some pressure. Like he really wants us to hit that 1,000. And myself and Joe Gonzalez and a couple others, we kind of needed to like talk him down. Like at the end of the day, this isn't necessarily about hitting 1,000. Like if we hit like 1,005, did we fail because we didn't hit exactly 1,000? No.
No, and that's what
we
I mean.
went way past it. So
we need to get higher than the number we previously had. So if we can just get, like 500 would be great. 7 would be freaking tits. So
I figure if we can get 644 between last year and this year, we'll have an even 1,000. So if we hit that number, I'm calling it. I don't know. I'm gonna retire.
Yeah, I agree.
Breaking 500 would be a victory. It would. I to be honest, I think we can do it. If we're at, like you said, a lot of people just need to bring their normal swigs.
Yeah, I'm bringing one.
It's simple. It's easy, and you're helping make something happen, and you're being a part of something. Just because,
and it's like your ticket into the party,
Yeah, and that means you get to come up to the 3rd floor. So you get to go into the elevator, hit the 3rd floor. You get to go up into the special room. You get to put the thing that they had enough table space for 1,000.
Like, I mean, some of the other events this weekend, like, I mean, people are going to try to get in on like the role-playing game and, the customizing event and stuff. All those have limited space. This one does not. This one says you can be a part of one of the ticket items on Legion's Con. Just bring your swig and you come in the door, hang out or don't hang out, whatever you want to do that weekend. But either way, you're being a part of this event, and it's cool. I'm really thrilled and I can't wait to see it in person.
Nice.
Well, we have in the chat one of your fellow tributees.
Oh yeah,
Mac, the Goblin. Now, my next question, Mac, listen to this closely. The next question for you on the Legion's Lair is, Kirby, who is your favorite college football team? The Ohio State Buckeyes or the Penn State Nittany Lions? We know the answer to this. Just let him down easy, please.
I've heard good things about the Buckeyes.
You know what? Knight this man right now.
No, don't knight me. Don't knight me. I was trying to make it through without getting knighted.
What do you mean?
You failed.
Dude, he's so early. You got enough for the hat trick now, man. You can get 2 more. Come on.
Well, now I might have to change some answers.
This is the only thing I want to leave Mark with right now, or Mark, is that even in Gob Hollow, there's Buckeye fans, buddy. You can't get away from us.
Oh, that's great. I don't think he answered, but Mike just assumes that you're.
Hey, take it how you want. I like the ambiguity of what I said. So let's just take it how you want. Whatever makes you happy. That's what we're about here. If it satisfies your heart, let's go.
Nice.
Oh my God. We need more swigs.
We need more swigs.
Yeah, they are called elves. Okay, now first, you know what's making me happy right now? You know what's making me happy? I'm going to show you guys what's making me happy. It's this delicious Dr. Pepper cherry. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Dude, this
is good.
This is amazing. This is good shit. I've had the Dr. Pepper blueberry or whatever. Like that was like, it tastes like cough syrup. This is amazing. this is some good. And you want to know what? It's green. Did you notice that? Dr. Pepper in a green can?
It's a green can? It looks blue.
Well, here, it's like this weird, like Christmas green, like Gob Hollow green.
Oh, okay.
Now, have you tried it warm?
No.
Like hot? Okay.
No.
Oh, we're going to try hot here in a few minutes.
Oh.
I mean, I can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Some people like hot Dr. Pepper.
No kidding.
Oh
I mean, room temperature is not bad.
No, you got to have it like, hot. I don't know. Like, look it up. Hot Dr. Pepper is like one of the original, like how it was supposed to be served or something, or it's some ad campaign they had about having it as a holiday drink or something.
I think I have heard that. Heard that.
It's not bad.
Cool.
I will say I don't drink Diet Pop, but my grandma used to, and she would get Diet Dr. Pepper, and she would give it to us. And I remember drinking that thinking, this is pretty damn close. It's not the same, but it is pretty close. Anything else, I'm like, oh, no! Get away from me, Satan!
Did you get real sleepy afterward? Did Grandma give it a little less something extra to get the kids to simmer down?
She's right over there. Melatonin in that bitch. I actually gave that to my son one time. Jesus Christ. I thought they were vitamins. And then here it had like, not a lot. I looked it up. It was like kid melatonin, but he was over there like reading his book. Like, it just went out. I was like, oh, shit.
Everybody's winning with that.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper. Hold up, it's going quick. Dr. Pepper has neither peppers or doctors. It has 23 flavors of delicious goodness. God, this is amazing. 24 with a cherry now. Fuck.
Cherry Dr. Pepper. Now, Curb.
Yo.
What got you into adult toy collecting? Adult action figure collecting?
So I kind of got active. I've always been collecting, things like sports cards and trading card games and whatever else. And then like in '99, the Dreamcast came out, and for whatever reason, that the whole console, the whatever went into it, it captured my imagination. And so I really, from there, I started to, look for figures, and because I wanted something from the games I was playing, like in my hand. I wanted to have more stuff in my room. And that was when I found the Resserus Sonic Adventure figures. And then I found their Street Fighter figures. And so I really started getting into figures with a lot of the video game figures that they had at that time. And that got me into the community. Like I found, those were forum days. So, you go to the Resserus's website and they have the forum, and you get in there, and then, you just get to meet the community. Everybody's into everything. And I just kept with that. And so, I just kind of expanded my interests and stuff as it went. But that was mostly my focus. Was I just liked having figures from the video games I was playing. And, that went through, we went from Resserus, like we went into like Palisades Toys was another favorite, company that was just so awesome back in the day. And, from there too, like the community was, I don't know if it was larger or smaller than we have today, like for people who are collecting figures, but you knew people across different websites. Like there were different websites, stuff like figures.com or actionfigure.com. Just a lot of different OAFE. Like there were just so many different like review sites and different things. And then there was the Raving Toy Maniac. The Toy Buzz forum was, to me, central. Like it was kind of like an older style bulletin board, but the community there was just cool. Like you just wanted to, like it was always, throwing out. Before we called them memes, like we'd, someone would like put up a thing and say like, from Transformers, they'd be like, Ba Weep Nana Weep Ninny Bomb, right? Like that little universal greeting. And then right below it, somebody would just keep it going, or we'd quote, whatever movie. And there was a community there that it's, I mean, from that community, you saw like the Foosh. They wanted stuff that of the side of their own that like focused on, the figures that they were more into and customizing. So they went, I remember when the Foosh is new. I mean, it was like before, so guys like Robo and Ray and everybody else, like I had already known them for years before they were the Foosh. And one year I got to go to San Diego Comic Con, and we had a forum get together, and we got together one night and had dinner at Hooters together, and it was, yeah, it was a good time, like, but it was just like there were those kind of things. It was kind of that nascent era of that level of community. And so, yeah, the more you're in this community, the more like it enables you. You just want to get more figures. You're exposed to new things. So, I mean, I got really deep into mini mates at one point. With Art Asylum, and like I was going through some stuff because I kind of like I want to have something to give people at Legion's Con, and I found a bag of like these promotional free comic book day mini mates, and they're like 20 years old. Like it says on there, it was free comic book day 2005, and I'm like, wow, it has been a long time doing this. And I've just got them in a box. I'm like, I'm just gonna give these out to whoever wants them. And yeah. So it's been, but that's where I got to know the Horsemen. Like before they were the Horsemen, like to me, well, I guess they were the Horsemen at that point, but it was, I didn't necessarily connect who they were. And so it was just, you knew these people. Like I remember it was only a couple years ago that I saw something where Chris in the studio, he had posted something about being William Smithsonian, and I was like, oh my goodness, I remember that name. Yeah. I didn't know that was him at all for years, and I was like, but I recognized that name right away as someone I knew from the old forums and stuff, and even the old Horseman forums.
What was his other one? Soft poop or
the straight poop?
Straight poop. That was it. Straight poop.
Yeah. So that's how you got into Horseman product then.
Yeah, like I was there. I've got him with me here tonight. I've got this handsome little guy. Like I remember, even like I'm old enough that I remember that you can take this helmet and you can flip it around backwards.
Oh
like
wow!
That was a hidden. No, it was like a hidden little feature that
That's awesome.
Started talking about in the forum, like in the old Four Horsemen forum. And like this guy, like he's pretty banged up from the years, but he, like I ordered him from Toy Fair magazine. Damn. Like you had the coupon in the middle and you had to send off for it. And I'm not a wealthy man by any means, never have been, never will be, but I was gonna get the fire guy or this is Ice guy, right? And and then I got the red one is from Raving Toy Maniac. And so I was like, well, if I could only get, I've kind of budgeted, and I was like, well, I'm going to get two, because I definitely want to be there. This is, these guys that I've known for a while, the Horsemen, like, I don't want to miss out on this. And then, so I ordered this one from Toy Fair and then the one from Raving Toy Maniac. And when I got my box from Raving Toy Maniac, Bobby, who ran the website and everything with her husband, like, at the time, that they sent me the entire wave. So I had only bought one, but they were just like, hey, there you go. Like they gave me the whole wave, a whole complete set of the Minothesians, and I was like, and they're just so much fun, and they always have been, and they like these are figures by people who know what they're doing. They love it, and so then, yeah, from there, I stayed collecting and stuff. And I do pretty much the same thing I do now, like just, do my Photoshops and whatever else. So when the next Seventh Kingdom line, the Anatharian, right? The elephants and everything.
Yeah.
So they said that there was going to be 9 figures, right? And because it was the Anatherian 9, and so I was like, okay, I mean, you guys are in the same generation. When you hear the number 9 and like 9 people, and they do the thing like they kind of do today, where they like to do, kind of mystery, and they like slowly reveal it through different websites and stuff. I was like, okay, this is like the Brady Bunch, where you have the little silhouettes and they pop in.
Yeah.
So I started doing that on the Horseman forum, and I had this like little grid, and like when the new one would come up, I'd be like, here it is, right? So I did that, and then out of the blue, Corn Boy, like I get, a message, I get an email, and he's like, hey, we kind of like what you're doing. Would you take a phone call? And I was like, oh, what? Sure. You can't say no to Corn Boy anyway. But and so I had a phone call with him, and he just said like they were hoping to do some more like ads and graphics and stuff, and they said they'd like to see if I could help out with that. And so I wound up doing some of the promotion for that way, like doing some animated banners and stuff. And yeah, I was just, and I'm still like, he was like, okay, so how much do we owe you? And I was like, I can't take payment. Like, I love you guys. Like, I just want to be a part of it. And
you were kind of working for the Horsemen before they were, I mean,
like back when, yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was just, that was a thrill. And then I got a email, saying like, hey, go check your mail. You got something waiting for you. And so I went and picked up my mail, and there was the box, and they had sent me again the whole wave of all of them. And I was just like blown away. I couldn't thank them enough. Like, and that was a personal peak for me. Yeah, that was a real high. And after that, I had a little bit of a breakdown. Things in life went really in a different direction, and so I had to get out of toys for a while. Like I couldn't do it. But after some time, like I kind of got back into collecting with Glios. Like just I had to sell pretty much all of my collection, but I came back, and then I was like, I'm starting from scratch. Like what do I do? And it was right when Glios was taking off, and so then yeah, I got to collect those. And again, the October Toys Forum was a cool community. And then then the Horsemen had like the Power Lord and the Outer Spaceman. Like I was like, oh my goodness, they're over here now, and I'm here too. So it keeps coming together, and so it's exciting, and I'm always so proud of everyone in that studio and even in our community. Like how many people have gone from that step of fans, their passion, into that realm of like they're part of making toys. Like I can't say that enough. Like that's one thing I really want to say to everyone I see at the studio, like people that I've known online for so long, like just to say how proud I am of them to have seen them go, from someone who's, this is their joy, this is their passion, but they don't keep it to themselves. They use it to make everything better, and they contribute to making, our part of it as collectors, as fans. We get the benefits of that because their passion now comes through their work, and so it's thrilling. I think it's amazing to see.
Yeah. Now you going to intern?
Yes, I was selected for last year, but I didn't get to go, obviously. But Jeremy took pity on me, and so I get to go this year.
Well, I would think that yeah. Under circumstances, I would think you shouldn't even be in the lottery. It would just, especially if you were picked last year. So if you were picked and for some odd reason you couldn't go, I don't see why you should be punished.
Yeah. No, again, they understand. It's not just like a corporation. Like they're like, oh man, that sucks. Of course you can come back. So it's
yeah, exactly.
Well, before we go on, since we were talking about Glios for a second, a little bit more news. OnellDesigns.com. They dropped the 3 Faden figures that were based on the Infinite Legions Faden. and Thanos. I reached out to Bill Dorklair Dranowski and asked for some tips because I've never bought any. These are my first 3 Galios that I bought, and he gave me some good tips. Everything went smooth, and I got in and out. Now I do believe OnellDesigns.com has those figures up for pre-order. So if you want to have those Galios figures next to your Infinite Legion figures, go over to OnellDesign.com. That's a capital O, capital D, and get those figures. They're very reasonable. They're like $18 to $22. There's 3 of them, and I am really curious to finally get some Galios in my hands. So
yeah, no, they're awesome figures. Like they're super sturdy, and the popping and swapping you can do with them, it's another level from what you can do with Mythic Legions. Like you have to experience it, and you have to get a lot of stuff. Don't get like just maybe like you could get 2 figures and just kind of swap their parts around and stuff. But really, like think of it a bit like Lego, that you can like every piece is going to plug into every other piece, and I mean you can go just do the craziest stuff. You can do it. Some of the little pin sets and different things they have in there basically add articulation. Like that was early on one of the things is like people were like, okay, it's kind of cool that you can move them, but I mean basically they had like just a few points where you could actually do any significant movement. And then after I forget how long, a little bit of time, like they added a whole the different sets. Like you can add basically like instead of having where the elbow is static or something, you can add in a bendable elbow joint, like, and it'll be the same color, and you can just pop it in. You can make it, if you want to, if you just want to have them look a little bit bulkier, you could do something as simple as flipping the torso upside down a lot of the time. I mean, there's just so many little subtle things you can do with them that it's a great experience, especially, if you are a figure fan, you just go crazy. I love them. They were so cool.
How awesome would it be for Onell Designs, Matt Dowdy, to come out, collaborate with the Horsemen, and come out with the Dark Four as Galios figures, Scapular, Atlas as Galios figures, and the 4 Beasts. For me to have a little Scapular. So when I'm at Legions Con this year, I'm going to find Matt, and I'm going to give him this. I'm sure if they're doing this, it's already in the works, but I'm going to try to get a little Scapular in Galios made, because that would just make me happy. And you know what? Why not? Let's get a little Kirby too.
Why not?
And Mike and Broda.
Little Scappy. Little Scappy.
So, Curb, tell us a little bit about the Facebook group known as the Malignancy. How did that originate? How did you become one of the admins? Tell us all about this Facebook group.
So I guess my way of coming into it is, I mean, the Kings Under the Mountain, they set the bar. I mean, they really are like a tight-knit group. The times that I've infiltrated them and stuff and pretended, I'm one of them, you go in and you just see like they are a great community, and they have, they have their purpose and they do it well. And so I have nothing but respect for them. But on the other hand, they throw a lot of shade at goblins, and they did. And so I think it was synergy that, like, I was really just like, okay, the dwarves are getting too high and mighty, too proud. we need to do something to take them down. Like, they're good people, but that doesn't mean that they should be, allowed to carry on as they are with all this misinformation about goblins. So I was really starting to think of it, but I don't have a lot of experience with, Facebook. The only reason I'm on Facebook is for, for Mythic Legions and Plunderlings. I mean, that's it. But so I don't know. I don't know how to start a group. I don't know how to do any of that. And then out of the blue, I get this little notice, or I got something that said like, there's a group called the Malignancy, and it's about goblins. And I was like, what? How was I not invited? But I can understand. I was a little bit less enthusiastic than I was, I was less than I am now. But so I saw the group, and I was just like, how is everybody not seeing this? So I joined right away, got in there and stuff, and I was just like, finally I'm home, my people. I found my tribe. And it was, the group started off really good, and we just got to talk about goblins and be silly, and a lot of the other groups, they want to be a little more serious, and I respect to them for that. But this is the Malignancy is a place to be a little bit freer and be a little bit sillier. And so anyway, I always I've tried for a while to do like logo design or graphic design. Like I have my TeePublic and my Redbubble to do like my print on demand T-shirts and stuff. And I haven't really found success in that, but so I was like, what, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna make a logo. And so I just posted, like, I spent, a couple days working on it and making up some ideas and stuff. And then I was like, okay, I just posted and I was like, hey, this is my group. I want it to look as good as it can. You guys need a cool logo. And so I was like, would you consider this? And I just put it out there, and right away it was kind of like the actual founders of the group were not me. It was Mark and Dan and Patrick and the rest of the admin team. Like they were the ones who started it. I snuck my way in. I bragged them basically, which feels on brand. Yeah. So that's what it is. I made this logo up, and they were like, okay, this is really good. We really want to use it. And I was in. Like they were like, okay, we're gonna make you an admin because obviously this is your interest. So yeah, so I kind of bribed my way in, and it's been great ever since. We have skyrocketed to the top. Like we have over 900 members. Like, and not to put down any other group. They're all lovely and fine. But I mean, we got, of all the subgroups, I mean, we've got 900 in the Malignancy. I think the next closest one might be the Crypt, or it might be the Brood, but there's like just under 800. So I mean,
Crypt, baby.
Hey, now speaking of the Crypt, do you have the metal looking, like heavy metal looking T-shirt that says the Crypt?
I don't know. Chris James would have that info. I don't know what I think. I don't know what he got made. I think he got both kinds made.
Yeah.
With the skull, the melting skull. Remember that one?
Yeah, because the one that's like the heavy metal, like the one the Horseman just did, where it's all pointy and stuff. I've seen some people wear. I was just curious if you personally had one, because I made that.
I'd have to look. I think I have both, actually.
Good. So I made that after watching your guys' show. Like you specifically, you had it where you were talking to someone. I don't remember if it was. Goodness, I can't think, but it's but you were talking about how come you don't have more people in the Crypt and everything, and I was like, you know what, I want to do somebody a solid. I want to just help them out, even though the Crypt it's not for me, but you know what, I wanted to do this. I had the idea in my head right away, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to give it to them so that they got, again, another group look as good as they can.
It might have been last year when we had Chris James on, and Mike gave the reins to Chris.
That was it, yeah.
And Chris,
so
In
Yeah,
fact,
and so
Bollinger right here in the chat is one of the admins too.
Admins as well, yeah.
yeah. And so anyway, I just wanted to do my part to help. Let's have the
Dave,
groups
that's
go for it.
I got to tell you, this is. I'm not a big Goblin fan, but something was tugging at my heart, saying the Goblins are good. I think this is it.
The thing is we want to be happy, and we want others to be happy. Like, of all the people in Mythic Legions, who's smiling? Who are the happy people? Like,
I mean, think about it. They tried to kill you, but you still somehow survived, dug out of the rubble, and you're still happy people.
Yeah, maybe we don't enjoy the same things that everybody else enjoys, but that's I mean, that's what Goblin mode is all about.
Potions there. I mean, a little bit.
I know, but yeah, no. And then just before that too, I had to watch myself because the Brood had a contest to design a logo for them, and so I did it right, but I didn't tell him is that like it was. I did legit try to make a good looking logo and stuff. But I wrote in like really micro text, like stuff like vampires suck on them. And like, so I was really hoping it would win and nobody would know, but no, it didn't win. So that's again, I didn't do anything like that the second with the crypt. Like, just I think some competition is healthy. I feel like, if we're all looking good, we're all happy, we all feel like we're represented. That makes the community that much more fun. Like, as much as we kind of are like, hey, you are this and you're that, like, it's in a spirit of fun, and I like that.
The subgroups are special.
Yeah, I thought about doing a barbarian group. I think the barbarian Viking group would be cool.
You should.
I said that like 2 years ago and I never did. I'm like,
There is one out there.
See, I wasn't sure if they had a barbarian group yet.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah,
they might have now.
There's even a warrior subgroup if you're really into that.
Oh wow! Now we're.
I'll give you a hint. There's only 2 members in it, and I'm one of them. So
that's great. Boy, you got a big head.
I got a sense of humor on me. I keep waiting for more people to find it or something, but it's a joke that's way too under the radar.
Let me see. The next question I want to go into, Curb, is can you tell us what the Armory Assistant 2025 is all about, and how did this come to be? Because I know you did one last year.
Yeah, so last year we had the announcement about the Legions Con exclusive for the Alien and Creature Creator set, right? The Awesome Alien and Creature Creator set, right? And it's based on the old, is it Color Forms or whatever, where they had like the little template thing and you could put the little pieces in and they all fit, and then you could make your little design from that. And I really thought that was a cool set, but I had that in the back of my head, and I had done even like, I don't think I ever put it out there, but I had done like if you look at my TeePublic or a lot of the stuff I do, I like to do a lot of parody. I like to kind of like see how a logo is designed or an image is designed, and then take it and make it something else. So I tried to do that in this case, just as an exercise, just to be, funny, like whatever, to make that logo. And then eventually, Nate did a better job, but mine's more accurate. But nobody knows that because I'm not going to show it. But so that idea was really stuck in my head for Legions Con. And I've always done, I'm a developer by trade for the web and whatever else. And I always like kind of lament I don't get enough opportunities to do that just for fun. So I'm always trying to think of like, is there an app? Is there a website I could make And so I kind of was thinking about different things and just the alien creator, like maybe there's some way I could do something with that. And then I forgot about it, like, yeah, I don't think that's going to work. And so then we got to the armory announcement, and a couple days, I was really excited for it. I thought it was a very cool idea, and I applaud the Horsemen for doing it the way they did. And they even mentioned on the announcement and on the stream and stuff, like at one point they were talking about having it be online and that you could do things online and purchase, but the logistics of that's too much. And so but I couldn't get the idea out of my head, like, okay, so there's potential here to do something, but how do you do it? Like, it's really technical, like how to get all the pieces in the right place. And so then I was in another meeting entirely, and I was concentrating, whatever, and it just clicked for me. Like, follow the method that was used in that old toy, but the way you would do it on the web, you could just turn stuff on and off. Like in any image editing thing, you could just turn your layers on and off. So that inspired it. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I can do this. Like, this isn't something that's going to take a ton of time. I know enough tricks to make this work. And so, yeah, that was last year's. And I started, like, there's a lot of photo cropping. There's a lot of stuff. Like, I took the images that were available. I didn't, I just did this. I just said, okay, I just have to attack this. And I did the whole website in a night. Like,
wow.
Shut up.
I was cropping like mad. The interface, I mean, it is what it is. I just wanted it out there. And I guess I did some the next morning. I did some testing and stuff, but basically I figured out, like, I could see it. This is how the images are going to need to be cut, what components it needs. I'm just going to make it basic and get it out there. And yeah, like within 24 hours, I had it all done, tested, working. And I was really excited. It was like Saturday, and I was like, oh, I want to send this to Jeremy. But then I don't personally, like, I feel a little awkward, trying to communicate with him, about a work thing for him on the weekend. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll wait until like Monday morning. And so I had to sit on it all weekend, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like, what if he doesn't like this? What if, they're like, yeah, don't do this, or like, it looks really bad. So I was really psyching myself out. And then Monday morning, I sent it to Jeremy, and he's like, and I was like, can I share this? Like, I made this, it's just got images. It's not the best looking thing, but can I share this with everybody, or would there be an issue? And he's like, go for it. And so I put it out there, and yeah, that was last year's thing. Of course, because I'm involved with Swig stuff, I had to put Swig in there.
I like hitting the random little thing here and just picking up whatever.
That's ever since I started programming, like, I always am fascinated by random numbers and generating them. So in almost everything I do, I usually try to put some random element, just because to me that's the most interesting, is like not knowing what you're gonna get and see what you can do with it. So last year it was super well received. Like, everybody loved it, and it is what it is. It's not perfect, but enough people were appreciative, even people at the studio. Again, the studio is so nice to me. Like, I don't deserve it. Like, I know I have my tribute figure, but since I couldn't make it to the con last year, the Jeremy, he sent me the armory figures, the whole wave of them.
Yeah.
And Heinrich Hoffman had sent me, a custom head and a figure and stuff. So I really appreciate people's generosity with something. I put it together just because I want to see everything succeed. Like, that was why I made this, is because not just for myself to have this tool, but like everybody else to be able to prep to have it more efficient. Because I remember that stream, and there was that worry, like, is this going to take forever? People were legit worried, like, how are we going to get everybody through?
I would say going to intern when they let us do the experience before the con, I think they learned real quick that you can go through very, very quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like the last person because I didn't use your thing. I didn't use your army experience last year. And then only because I did this year, but last year I didn't because I wanted it to be like a complete surprise. I wanted to be like I don't want to know anything. But after getting there, I realized, boy, it would have helped out a lot if I would have had some sort of like homework. I saw these things put together. So then I kicked myself in the ass. And while I was there, I will say, I heard people praising you in your armory experience form all weekend long.
Well, thank you.
People were in line at intern saying nice things that, oh, I'm so glad that Curb did that. And I even heard people say, I can't wait to see him or meet him, and thinking that you were coming. So a lot of people had mentioned that, you doing that really helped in their experience before they even got there.
Yeah.
And now, like I said, I kick myself in the ass for not using it, because once I got there, I felt like everyone knew what they wanted. Even Mike used it and knew exactly what he wanted. So everybody went in, knew exactly, and they were out. Where I'm like, I don't know. Oh my God. And like at one point they have the heads first. I went down to the end and started with the legs. Because I'm like, you know what? I can't just pick a head and then go down and build a body. I'm like, I need a body, and then I'll pick a head. So
that's a smart way to do it.
And I was all over the board. So that's what I did. But I think your experience would have helped me. And I think it's going to help me this year because.
Yeah, I hope so. So that's this year, I was just waiting. I'm sitting there going like, okay, can I do it again? Or there's been some things, like there's some little hints, like I know Joe Vassapolo and some others have there were some remarks that I interpreted that he was working on that online version that the studio had talked about before. And so I was kind of like, like I was trying not to get my hopes up that, maybe I won't need to do it because the studio's going to do it, and I'm like, I'm fine with that. The thing is, like I said, for me, I just want to see that for us as the fans, we have every opportunity to be prepared and not be frustrated. Oh, thank you.
Not about there's Big Greg, because Big Greg was running the tent.
Oh, yeah.
So Big Greg probably heard that more than I just heard just a few times being in line.
So also too, like I wanted like, this is me. Like I still feel hugely indebted to the studio for, the years and years that I've been able to consider them, acquaintances or people that have known and respected. But then also too, like I have my figure. I owe them like a ton, So I started building this. I started doing the interface and things a while ago, like really trying to make the interface a lot better, have some different ideas about how I wanted this to go, because
it's so good.
I'm very visual. Like that's one thing for me, and I guess for pop psychology or whatever, but men in general were very visually oriented. And so like seeing something in the drop down is kind of okay, but really if we can see what we're picking and we can see how that looks all together, that is a huge thing. And I think that's even the part that was successful last year, was just being able to see it. Like you can kind of imagine it, but just to actually see that picture, even though it's not perfect, to give you enough of an idea is like, okay, that's what I want. And you go in with more confidence. And so that's what I really wanted to pick up on, make it more visual, make it more fluid, and modern, how everything worked. So I've been working on this system on the interface, because it's actually all one page. It's all done in your browser. So it's really like, and even the code, if anybody wants to grab the source code, I mean, you just view the source code. You could copy it and use it for whatever, if you know what you're doing. But I started realizing as I got, as we were talking about like, okay, they're going to show the armor experience, I was nervous, but I was like, okay, let's just see what happens. And I got a message like during the stream or after the stream from Jeremy saying like, "Hey, would you be willing to do an armory thing again this year?" I was like, "Absolutely! Like, I am dying to do it. Like, I want to." And he's like, "Okay, well, I'll get you better copies of the images that are available." And so it took him a little while, but he sent them over, and so I had these big beautiful pictures that were taken that show everything, and thankfully they were in a really good way that they look a lot better than I was able to work with last year. But I also kind of knew that like, okay, this is still going to be some work. And Jeffrey Evans, he actually reached out to me right away that night of the stream, and he was like, "Hey, are you doing an armory thing, and can I help?" And I was like I'm not used to working with other people too much, so it was kind of like, I'll try. Like, again, this is for the community, so it makes more sense if the community is more involved and it's not just me doing everything. So I wound up kind of like a little reluctantly. I said, okay, let's see what we can do. I'm not a project manager, so that was another thing that I was like, okay, now I'm gonna have to manage somebody instead of just staying up all night myself. So, and then that same week, right, we had Bill. He had his breakdown of all the parts that were exclusive, and so I was like, okay, that's a valid idea that I hadn't really thought about ahead of time in detail. Like, how am I going to communicate the exclusive parts? Like, I even started asking, like, hey, can I use your images as a reference point? And I'll credit you. And like, if you click the little question mark, he's given credit on there, and it's just to say like, hey, I thank you for all the the information he picked out and everything on what the exclusive parts are. So I just wanted to use that as a reference.
I think Curb froze.
No.
Yeah, his armor experience. I mean, it helped me out a ton. I was.
Did I freeze?
No, you're good.
Are you, Brad?
Oh, it was
I think
the other
it might
one.
have been Mike.
Mike.
Well, here we go. Greg says people were walking up with their phone. I saw this with screenshots asking me to pick their parts out for them. I think I have my tablet with the program on it to let them use it. That is a great idea because shit, you might even want to hand it to people in line, the person behind them, next in line to go.
Pass it around.
Yeah, like, hey, you want to pick something out before you're next up or something.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And it's Mike's back.
Where'd it go?
Nice.
So so that was it. Like, I just really wanted to make it again as good as it can be for everybody this year. And Jeffrey helped with a lot of the images, and Bill helped kind of identify how to represent it. Like, I wasn't sure if it even mattered how much what parts were exclusive or not, but he like, after talking with him and consulting, he was like, no, you definitely, if you add this in, this will elevate it. And I was like, okay. So I gave him credit for that.
I've just been doing the roll the dice, and some have been like really freaking awesome. I mean, like, just random picks,
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting details in how the colors laid out. Like, after I've spent so much time, cropping these images and looking at them, the way that like the leather parts versus the metal parts versus the cloth parts kind of can intermingle. For the most part, like, if you just pick down a column of like, the silver set or the shiny black set or whatever, they all combine in a lot of cool ways. And then some of them do cross over in really interesting ways. But yeah, they as much like compared to last year where it was very like one color, this year has so many colors going on, but they really had a good eye for design on how these different pieces will work together. And yeah, I really appreciate all the work that went into this year, especially because the stuff looks good. It's a challenge to make a bad figure this year, I'll say.
Yeah, these are like, it's just so nice. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. The last year, I knew exactly what I wanted because of this armory assistant that you did, and this year I already know what I want. I'm going for the form.
Yeah.
So it's helped me out a lot again. So I'm gonna be in and out with the armory experience because of this. Of what
Yeah, and it's not that the experience isn't fun in and of itself. I mean, I think when people go through it, it's going to be fun to be in that environment. I know they decorate it really cool and stuff, but there's Dan. But you know, like
The
the
goblins
less time you're in this experience, as fun as it is, the more time you're out with everybody else. So it's yeah, so it's
such a valuable resource curve. I agree.
Thank you.
I mean, last year's was great because it just gave you the idea. This year, I mean, it's like it's tits. It's on point. So it's
now unfortunately I'm getting a lot more pressure, especially after the game announcement, that a lot more people are kind of like, so when are you doing this for every figure in the line?
You know what's funny is, I mean, I kind of thought that's what the game was going to have on it.
It does.
Yeah,
it does have it. Yeah.
Oh my! Wow! I see something coming in our.
Yeah.
We'll see. We're gonna have some meetings at Legion's Con, and we're gonna talk.
Yeah. You get to talk to them.
That is awesome, dude. Let's get into the hot seat.
Oh,
dude, hot seat.
Yes, the hot seat. So
I'm going to tell you, just like Nebuchadnezzar told his attendants, strike up the furnace 7 times as hot, and see if you don't get burned.
Well, I hope Brad sent you the flame resistant undies.
Yeah.
Which one did you request? Did you request the thong, the panties, the boxer briefs, or the briefs?
All of the above. You know, I like to be well protected. You know, you can't risk it too much, and just double, triple bag it. You don't want anything coming out. So I mean, it's safety. I mean, safety is a culture. So
it would be.
You know what? It's like the best answer. You have to be prepared. You were a Boy Scout, weren't you?
Briefly. When I don't, well, what's Cub Scout? That was it.
Cub Scout.
The Boy Scout was way too much commitment. I was happy, got whatever Weeblo, right? And then
you were out.
I was out.
There and you're out.
Yeah. I had some T-ball to play.
Nice. I bet you hit dingers.
No.
Oh my God, Bill says layering is important.
Yes. Because you can take them off too as you need. Yeah, Bill gets it.
Not to be confused with laying is important also.
Laying.
A good lay every now and then is very good.
2 tickets to Pound Town. I got 2 tickets to Pound Town. Bags for Pound Town.
What is your favorite Legion's faction or affiliation, and can you explain why?
So, this is a little challenging because I do want to say my affiliation is I like the Bleeders Guild from Cosmic. Just because,
oh my God! Hold on, time out.
Not enough people mention Cosmic at all, so I just want to start
This is the first Cosmic. Wow! So that's your favorite?
Well, okay, so because you have it as faction or affiliation, and I agree. So you have to look at that and what is the MO for that faction, right? And so as much as I love the Goblins aren't a faction. So and the Legion of Erethyr, all they want to do is fight and stuff, and I'm not really a fighter. I'm not into that. So I just, on principle, I can't really say the Legion of Aether because although
Wow.
all my goblins are there,
Big.
the philosophy I do feel when we do get the goblin faction, when King Noglin breaks away, or maybe he turns traitor against the whole Legion, I mean, then that would be it definitely. But just on purpose, on what your reason to be is, um, I feel like Cosmic I'm just more of a sci-fi guy, and to me, the Bleeders Guild and the Sons of the Red Star both are very similar, very profit motive. So if I was more of a fantasy guy, philosophically, I would go with the Sons of the Red Star. But something about the Bleeders Guild just kind of speaks to me about
Well,
information and making money. So that's my
You-
Ferengi Star Trek nature coming out. But yeah,
the Bleeders Guild, I hear they do very well at Thanksgiving
yes,
with Mimbera Majara.
Byram and Jara.
Yeah. Wow, that's great. That you just shocked and awed me there.
you see, I told you. Were you ready for the man with no butt? Like I am coming. I'm coming in hot.
What is your favorite race?
Goblins, no question.
Goblins. I have a feeling that Kirby is going to be the only nice, good goblin out there.
They're all nice and good are subjective. See, nice is a word referring to kindness and how you express, acts of love. Like kindness and goodness are related, and so to be kind to someone, sometimes that means bashing their head in. It's different things. Like if they're really ugly, you want them to not be suffered that indignity the rest of their life. And so the best way for do that, you can't make them pretty. So I mean, that's the other way you go. So is that an act of kindness? And you want to talk about being nice? I mean, again, nice is well, we just did nice. What was the other one about being good? I mean, again, that's according to whose set of rules. What defines what is good? What is a good meal to one person is not a good meal to another. So it's very subjective, and that's what goblins are all about, is liking things that other people don't like. Maybe they like the college team that doesn't win very much, but they still love it, and that's a good team to them.
You know what the goblins remind me of?
What?
Green Smurfs.
Green Smurfs.
Goblins there's some problems.
A team that would like the brown.
Papa Smurf is King Noglin.
Well, there's some difficulties there.
And then
that's
Hefty
problematic.
Smurf would be freaking the general.
Thump.
Huh?
Oh no, Donks. Donks would be a good one. Yeah,
baby.
You got a Jokey Smurf. Jokey Smurf could be
Smurf would probably
right?
be you.
The Smurfs unfollow.
So, but see, there's a problem with that, in that much like ourselves, gentlemen, the goblins don't seem to have any hair. So I mean, we don't know about a beard or things yet, but there's no hair on the goblins.
Bet you that's coming.
It could be. So, there's also, they're taller than 3 apples, so goblins are a little bit taller. Yeah.
So the only one that has hair, I guess, is he considered a goblin warrior?
No, Boyer
is Boyer.
He's just a warrior. So like,
he's
where
does
he pick it at? Like, where does he? Is he like the shunned one? He can't go to the dwarves, but he can't go to the goblins.
So I've kind of had this, right? Like, and we can, not to get ahead of ourselves, but Boyer is unique. Because who wants to take that ugly little guy? Like who would love him and take him in? And I went to the dwarves and I said, "Hey guys, like I just need to know, do you guys consider Boyer a dwarf? Like is he in your purview?" And the response I got was, "We just use him for his body," which I mean, is good Yeah, I mean, you could imagine me, and young and impressionable though I am, hearing that. I was like, perhaps this isn't the crowd I should be hanging out with.
Wow.
Um, so then during the racial draft, the Goblins picked him up really cheap.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's
We also
not
managed to
really.
get Thistlethorn and Mephitor. Yeah, got a three pack. I don't even think we had to like trade any future draft picks. I think we just picked them up. So pretty good deal. Pretty good deal.
Oh my God, James
Nice.
Smoothie's hair's
What?
down there.
What is your hopes for a race to be made that hasn't been made yet? What would you like to see made?
Boy, that's so hard because like the classicist in me, like we have a satyr, we have a centaur, we have minotaurs. So I feel like the last of the big, we even have a cyclops, right? So all of the old Greek guys. Um, that part of me wants to say a harpy because that kind of feels like the one thing we don't have. Just plus that's kind of fun. Some different. If they do it like there's some normalish kind of harpies and there's some kind of freaky looking harpies and that would be one way to go. But really, from being from the Pacific Northwest, I want a Sasquatch.
Oh
That's
yes.
like that's just in figure obscura or in Mythic Legions. Like he gets around that guy.
I
Like
think
he
we would get him
shows
in a
up all over.
figure easy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
scale. I think
yeah.
they
Just
might make him bigger. They might make him ogre, but I think brute scale. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with you. We need that. We need that in figura obscura. Now that they
just
up the cap off of the cryptids, big
Yep.
time. Curb,
yeah.
give me your top 5 Legions figures going from 5 to 1 and why, baby.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Oh, here we go.
He gets Mephitor gets an honorable mention because I love him
Okay.
and he's beautiful. And if you knew the Horseman's involvement with the Mike Young Productions and stuff, you know that Mephitor Stinkor needs to be a little guy and a little stinky boy. And again, the message you'll see is nobody loves him except for the people who do, and we love him with a passion. So he's our little stinky boy, and Mephitor, he gets an honorable mention. But then I will say my number 5 is Borger.
Oh,
Because I love Borger.
Wow.
That guy.
Because he is so good.
First.
Yes, I know. I'm coming for you, Mike. So I love him because like the boar is such a classic like medieval icon. Like the boar as an iconography in heraldry and everything is so iconic. But they represent both good and a lot of negative qualities. And I feel like that's the figure what it really encapsulated. Like he's a handsome piggy, and then he's also like filthy, and then he's cool and he's unique. Like there's only the one builder, but there's no named Boyer, and so it's just fun to just have him stomp around and do what he wants. And like I know he's got some issues with some people, like as far as they don't like the build or the structure, but to me he's perfect. Like I have. Yeah,
His head would literally fit on an ogre body and be perfect.
It's good.
Everyone just doesn't like his head. I think that's what I've heard.
It's kind of this whole like how it protrudes and stuff. But what I found, what my trick is if you take the dwarf head, like the neck piece, normally it juts kind of forward.
Okay.
I turn it around, and the whole head sits farther back and closer to the body.
Okay, I never thought about that.
And it's a little change, but it changes his posture and everything. So, so I just like him because you can also have fun with him. Like, like with the skeletons or what people are doing with a lot of the other figures, like you kind of have to be serious with some of these guys. Like like Attila, right? Like he's so serious.
Yeah.
But this guy is going to be, they're one of the best pictures. I think it was Colin who had him like eating a ham or something. Like, you can only do that with this guy. Like, cannibalism isn't that funny for most things, but it's hilarious when you have Warrior involved. So he's great for comedy. He's great for adventure. He is a solid number 5.
The lore isn't in the lore. One of their attacks is toxic gas.
That is another person that's very similar that we might see later on.
Okay.
So it isn't Warrior. Okay.
It's not. No, he's just a stinky boy with the little tail. Yep. Okay, so that was number 5. Let's see, number 4. I don't have him in hand, but Snag. And Snag is just I like Snag because he has so many different visual elements and even his accessories. Like, nothing that he comes with is his. He stole it all. Like, even his pauldrons, like, why does he have like one bright, shiny pauldron? He stole it. It's not his. He took it from somebody else. So you have all these stories going. Yeah, so he's just like, he just has a richness in his character. There's something like in the steampunk community about the idea of your costume as storytelling. And that to me is Snag. He encapsulates that of there's all these different pieces, but why does he come with an antler? Like, what's the whole story behind that? Is that a weapon? Is that just like maybe that was some, prized stag or, a princess of Zylona or something like that? You don't know, but he has this random stuff, and it's fantastic. Like, he is the best one. I have him at my depot in the US. So when I get home, visit the family again, I can go get my snags. So that was number 4. Number 3, I am going to say Swig, because I have to say Swig, because I love Swig. I like that he's an alchemist, so he kind of is not a frontline fighter, and so I appreciate that. He's the element of science in the world of Mythos. Like, everyone else is focusing on magic or whatever else, but alchemy is kind of apart from that, so I like it. And then just all the fun we've been having with 1,000 Swigs is made for a fun story. And I like too, like, he has, again, the storytelling, like he's a little bit customized here. I put some of the típica, the fabric that they have here in Guatemala, but he's disproportionate, like his shoulder pads and his hands and even his head being 1.0, like they're too big for a normal goblin. So he's a little bit, I don't want to say deformed, but he's disproportionate in those ways, and that makes him pop a little bit more. So he's very well designed. The color scheme he has and everything, he's just really well designed. And the story, the more we keep adding to the story and building on it, makes it better and better. And so, yeah. So like even this was going to be just a different one. Like this was going to be I was just going to pop this Swig head on the armory experience where he took the green and the purple and mixed them up, so they have a very green goblin looking Swig. And so he's awesome. Coming. So I mean, I'm going to do that again this year, where I'm just bringing a head and I'm going to build an armory figure to go with it, and then that's going to be on the Swig table. But I mean, this stuff that he inspires is just because, like alchemy, it's so mutable, it's so changeable. So then my number 2 and number 1 kind of go back and forth. Tonight I'll go with Bog Goblin for number 2, because he's the OG GOB, and this is what got me into Legions. Like I moved down here to Guatemala in 2015, right before the Kickstarter, and so like I was pretty broke and didn't have a lot of extra money and stuff, but I still knew, my friends at the Horsemen, that I wanted to support them. So I could only get one figure in the original Kickstarter, but sure enough, I got my Goblin. And for a long time, this is the only Mythic Legion I had. And so it was funny because I couldn't pop and swap. I couldn't do any of that. And I didn't understand like those elements until much later. I just had my Bog Goblin that I love because he's a grumpy boy. He lives out in the bog by himself, and he's all rusty. and he spits venom. So Boggoblin is amazing. Part of why I got into the Cabal even was because I had seen Nikki Nicole's on custom Boggoblins on Instagram, because that was the only social media I was using. And so I saw her stuff and I recognized her name from the old forums, and she was like, "Hey, if you think this is cool, go check out the Cabal." And so I did, and I lurked for a long time. I wasn't trying not to be like I am now, where I'm very into my social media and I do more than I really should. But yeah, so this guy got me into the Cabal, got me into Mythic Legions, and he's just a great character. He really is. Yeah. And then my number one, I mean, it's no surprise. I have to say King Noglin.
King.
Wow.
And it's he has inspired a lot of art. He's got so many interesting elements, like we saw with the Gold Knight, that like gold armor as armor is not worth anything. So this is just for show. He just wants to show off how wealthy he is. But then in contrast, he has this interesting crown that we don't know the story behind it, but why would he have all this elaborate gold and not have a crown with jewels and gold and show off his wealth? Like there's something more special to this, and we don't know it yet. So that to me is an interesting part of storytelling. And I also love that like his accessories are just perfect. Like this is his scepter, right? Like what does this say? Like he has this gigantic scepter that's bigger than he is, like twice as tall. Like he's you know what he's doing. Like he knows what he's doing. He's running around with the biggest scepter in the land. Like nobody's outdoing the king. And so any other kingdom, anybody else, like no one can match King Noglin. And I like the story behind him. And I like too that his bio between him and some of the other ones, you do see that the narrative for the goblins is that they are not just kind of like mindless little fiends, but that they're actually, the subtext is them looking to establish their identity as a dominant force. So I can relate to that. I can appeal that. I think that appeals to a lot of the people in our community. Like you want to be seen for your achievements, for what you've done, and to be recognized. And so that's the story of the goblins. And plus, they're happy. Like they have the smiles of mythos. So it's, to me, there's a lot of reasons why the goblins are the best, and King Noglin is just putting all these different concepts together in a beautiful package. So he's my number one for today. But Boggy's right up there.
Mighty fine list.
That was a great list.
Brad, turn it up. Turn it up. That temperature, turn it up. I want to know your 3 least favorite Legions figures, 3 to 1, and why.
All right,
hot in here now.
This is gonna lose me a lot of people tonight. This is gonna lose me a lot of friends. I'm expecting hate mail, everything. Yeah. Okay. Number 3, from the moment I saw her, Neve.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Damn.
Yes, I am in this to win it. So Neve. Okay, first of all, she's just another in a long line of Atlas's ex-girlfriends or wannabe girlfriends. Like, what's that story? Like, it doesn't even pass the Becca Downs test. Like, that her story is just about how she's related to Atlas. Come on, like, she needs to have her own thing, and she kind of does, or the Great Wolf and stuff. So on the story, I just feel like it needs more. So as it is now, just the character doesn't do it. But then also she's a frost elf. Like if you look at her, the idea to me, again, like a costume as storytelling, like she's not a frost elf. Like she has gray hair. So I mean, she's older, or she didn't dye it. Or I mean, all the kids today are dyeing their hair gray. Like that's a popular thing according to my wife. So I mean, is she beautiful? Yes, I won't deny it. Like she is so well sculpted. She brings so many elements back to the line that people want. They want to, the stronger woman, the on the 1.0. Like her build and everything is fantastic, but to me, if it was going to be a real frost elf, she needs to have like blue skin or very, very pale. I want to see more icy elements throughout her design
She's been
instead of
tanning
just,
now.
I mean, Atlas is doing just fine. He's as bronze as can be, but it's
I
just,
have a feeling like maybe she's flirting with Broder. Like,
hey,
think-
you know what? That's the new canon. Let's get Jeremy on that. We can do a rewrite of the book. It's not too late. Put that would bring her up a step to me. That would be something.
I think that's Broder's woman. I think,
Okay,
or good friend. Good friend. So
I'm on board with that. Let's go with that. So yeah. So
like, I'll take me some Neve. Smoke it hot and she can fight that.
I definitely think Neve would double team Atlas and Broder. I just think it would be pound town for them.
I think I got 2 tickets for Neve.
And I think what her motivation behind it is she wants to steal your pauldrons.
Yeah.
everybody's after those pauldrons.
Yeah, everybody's after them.
Instant
Yeah.
What people don't realize is that's where the knowledge is.
It's like a USB drive. Like you plug it in, you get all the knowledge on karate or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my number 3.
All right.
Number 2, I'm gonna say the vampires. Every single one of them, except for Varg. Varg is all right. The whole thing, like the whole faction.
Not a whole faction.
The whole faction. Like, what is their motivation? What is their aesthetic? They suck. I mean, it's again, as figures, as whatever else, they are what they are. But like, I just what do they do? What do they bring? Like they're not even supposedly like our vampires. To do the TV trope, like our vampires are different. Like they're just really pale, bald elves that can't go out in the light. Like we don't know enough about them really. So and then their aesthetic, like black with purple. Like what's that about? Like who does black with purple? That just is not good. Like you just can't. There's nothing there there's nothing compelling. Like if I just want people that don't go out in the daylight, the goblins are right there. They do the same thing, but they can go out in the daylight and they have fun with it. But then the brood, I mean, it's all the connotations are negative. They're just sitting around listening to records and moping around. Like they're just a sad group. That's what I'm getting at. They're a bunch of like emo goth kids.
So you don't like Twilight? I got a
no. And I've been to Forks, and Twilight has ruined Forks. Like if you go up in the Olympic National Rainforest, there's like the Hall of Moss, and it's a beautiful forest and everything. But you hit Forks, and it's just like everything from the gift shops to the hotels to there's like this one really bad Chinese restaurant in town. Everything is Twilight everywhere, and it's just it's a horrible place. But Twilight just made that place worse.
Trevor says, "Pale and bald?" ? People in glass houses.
That's fair, Trevor. Absolutely fair.
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
It's Curvin drinking. Wow.
No. Yeah, so I just knock him out. Like the one I do like is I like Varg because he reminds me of Bat Boy from the Weekly World News, and that he's at least then he feels like feral. It looks like something more interesting, but just the whole faction. Like there's no motivation. It just doesn't compel me at all. And
the Vampire Goblins we haven't really. I mean, I guess Varg is I don't know if he's a goblin though, but
he's stumpy.
He's I guess he could be a goblin.
But that's the thing is like again, Jeremy said like we don't know everything, but like supposedly the vampires and mythos don't even convert other people to vampires. Like the only one we have is like a half vampire, half orc, and that wasn't done through, the old the other old-fashioned way, not the vampire old-fashioned way.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, and she's not even canon, so it's just nothing.
Hometown.
All right, now if you're really ready, are you ready
All right.
for a bomb? The number one is the entire congregation of Necronomicus, all the undead. Again, I'm blowing it up. You know what? You know what Necronomicus is? He is a sideshow pastor with all of his inbred kids. The mom ran out on him, and then he runs around making more people like him, thinking he's all great and high and mighty. I tell you, he's just a Southern boy pitching a tent, getting everybody to believe in his gospel.
Oh my goodness. Damn.
I mean, the whole thing. Just get him out of here. Like, skeletons are they're kind of neat. The figures, great looking. Everything. The story is I can't get behind it. Like it's just like an old brother we're out there, Mama done RUNNOFT. Like,
this is great though. I love episodes like this. Throw these people curveballs, man. Yes.
Oh my goodness. You know what?
Yeah.
I kind of dig where he's going with this.
I do too. I love it.
Because when I'm ever asked this question again, my number one is going to be every female 2.0 figure, especially with hoods.
There you go. And you know what? You said that the other week about why you hate Faustia. You know what? I'm with you. You know what? I thought she was an okay figure, but you know what? If I had that honorable mention, I would hate her just because you hate her. Because that means something, Like, if you hate something for a personal reason, not because it doesn't look good enough or because of whatever else, like if you hate it on such a personal level, we got to stick together.
Yes.
That's what it is. Like, you just can't let that kind of hate slide. And that's what bros do, right?
Yes.
My thing is too, like in John Goblicon's A Guide to Living Your Best Life, there's a chapter in there on a lesson in hate. And it's when you hate something, it means usually that you want to improve it. You want to see it be better. And so, like, every time somebody says, like, oh, they really hate Ragna, and I was like, you know what? If Ragna were a goblin, she would be cherished. She would be praised to no end. So then how do you redeem Ragna? Like, she lost the Soul Spiller. Like, her and her buddy Phelan, like, they biffed it. Like, they totally lost one of these things that resulted in Alethea coming back. How many lives are on her hand?
And you blew it.
Yeah, I mean, that was what she was supposed to do. So in the book, in the lore, in the figure, like, she was great. She is what she is. But how do you redeem that? Like, in the story, is she gonna be the one to kill Alethea? Is she gonna be the one who gets to, get revenge for her, her mistake? It wasn't a mistake. It was just she got beat in battle. Or, why not take the easy way, become a goblin, and then she can just go crazy and let out all those frustrations on everybody else and still go in and beat up on vampires, which is what we all really want. So I think Swig has a potion with her name on it, and I think Ragna version 2 is going to be a little greener in hue.
Nice.
Wow. So that's the thing. When we hate something, we need to figure out how we can improve it. Like, what is it that we hate? Like, even me with Neve, like, if she were just a little bit colder, a little bit more stylized, she'd be great. Change her story just a little bit. Let's go. But, that's what we need to think about. When we hate things, when it's in that bottom 3, what is it going to take to elevate that? And I think that's a productive way to look at the bottom 3. No, don't just say you hate it unless you have a very valid reason, like Mr. Casper.
Yeah. Right. I think Ragna's coming back. I'm telling you, she's coming back with this. Version 2 is going to be kick ass. You're going to love Ragna.
She is. She most definitely.
And she better, like you said, after messing up. She,
Yeah.
she's redeeming herself.
This might be one of the best hot seats so far. This, wow. Still have
there
one.
were some curveballs. There were some change ups, and there was some.
I didn't want to let you down.
You
the
did
expectations were high, and I appreciate your guys' show so much. Like, I remember like when you guys, like Brad, when you've done like a walkthrough of Legion's Con and different Legions and different cons and stuff. Like, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, and like seeing those was really cool, and I really appreciate it. And I like that you guys just like stay. You have one foot in the community, but still in the toy line. Like, you haven't lost sight of what we're doing. So I love your show. Like, it's I wanted to give you guys something good. Like, just like the armor experience or whatever else I do. Like, I wanted to give you guys something that made it worth your time. So had some fun.
Nice. Well,
start over.
What tribute figure is your favorite? Broder of Bjorngar with his amazing or Emir Kaspar / Scapular the Crypt Breaker 2.
So I am very torn on this.
Yes.
Because I respect both of you. I respect both of the figures. They both have a lot of very good design elements. The Broder is just like an iconic Viking warrior. Like, there's no other way to say it. Like, he is both like steeped in fantasy and in reality, and just he has a lot of design elements that are just spot on. You can see that there's a story with that. The same goes for the Emir. Like, there's several stories. Like, there's a whole book involved in that. So the figures are both excellent. Like, there's no other way to say it. So then it comes down to story, and this is my issue, Mr. Emir. I want to know how well you know the Emir. Like, how well you know yourself. Like, if you can answer this question, I will give it to you. So I have to say, what drives the Emir?
What drives the Emir?
Question. I like how you turned it on him. Yeah.
The Emir is looking out for all that Nithonian cherry pie that he can just nail. After that kiss with Artemis Silvercord, his appetite was just became huge, and he's just looking for all that Methonian cherry pie right now. But other than that, what was the question again? I forgot it.
So, Mike, what you're saying is when the red star's in the sky, that's when you're hitting the red cherry pie?
He's going for it, dude. And he don't care. It can be a fairy goblin. It can be a frost or a fairy elf. It could be a frost goblin. He don't care. He's going.
So that's
mythos.
That's close. See, what fascinates me about the Emir is that he's dead, but he has his lust for life. Like, so what you're getting at is right. Like, he still wants to be alive, and to me, that's just great. Like, someone who's dead but wants to be alive. It's hopeful, really, and driving after money, driving after the things you said, and why I can't show my wife this video now. I'll take it. Okay, so I am gonna say, for all his beautiful ostentatiousness, I do just slightly, Brad, just slightly give the edge to the Emir.
It's
but with much respect.
He is the Emir. He really is.
Yeah. So that's and you know what, that's for you too, Mike. I am very hopeful, just like the Emir tore away from the congregation so that
Listen,
he could pursue his life and his pursuit of pleasure. I hope too that when you are retired soon, that you will get to enjoy some time to write. I am really looking forward to that.
Thank
Nice.
you. I appreciate that. Now, I will say
Start blasting.
that in Scapular's pursuit of all the Mythonian cherry pie he can eat, a lot of them request that he keeps the mask on as he does the deed.
Oh, yeah.
They just love that. It brings a sense of role playing, of cosplay to the bedroom, as you might say. Anyways,
Yeah, I think Broder would, if he was in UFC, he would have the bad mother effer belt. I think so. I think he would.
He's a solid guy. Like I feel like Broder, we'll see him in the story. I feel like he's going to be someone very dependable. I won't be surprised if
I
we see
did
him
say
come up
something to
again.
Jeremy. He chuckled and laughed and kind of went like, "Okay," and because I said, "Well, you know, why can't we get something in the story where, you know, maybe Atlas can't come to the pub to meet Amir, so Broder comes to the pub to meet Amir, and me and Mike have a show. You can write me in with Mike at the pub at the bar, and I do Atlas's feelings for him because he's busy doing shit.
now
Because I'm second in line, you know.
I'm sold.
And I'm like, hey, and then it's like, hey, it's a story between me and Mike.
Yeah,
kicking it and talking.
a little bridging those two factions too.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I like it. I think that's a great. Let's go for it.
I'm a little taken back right now, guys, that you didn't ask me out of all the Mythonian cherry pie that got the Scapia boner.
Scappa boner.
Scappa boner, that you didn't say who was the best. You didn't even inquire about it.
I'm in the hot seat here. When you're in the hot seat, you can ask that question. Come on.
I like how who said it. I put it back up.
Well, I will tell you.
Eric said, "Yeah, Curb just comes in blasting, walks in blasting, unapologetically."
I will say that Delphina,
she's cool.
Ended up being A class, and Fastia just sat there like it was horrible. Fastia.
One thing that's funny, like we just talking about stuff we do in the Malignancy, a while back we did like a fantastic exclusive where we, you know, before the armory and everything else, we put out votes and we were like, we're gonna build a goblin piece by piece and we're gonna everybody vote on it, and we were like, okay, we're gonna pick the chest, we're gonna pick the legs, like every single piece, you know. And what cracked us up is we basically made a goblin Faustia. Like we picked all the same pieces as in that what the voting that resulted in Faustia, or not Faustia, Ravenna. And so I mean, like everybody wanted just the same thing, and I was just like, but then we wound up putting a snag head on it, and so it's wild. But I mean, that's apparently it does something for somebody.
I can just see Terrence at his house, like everything gets a swig head. Everything gets a swig head. Let's put a swig on it.
Oh man, how do we get off on that tangent? I think I have no idea. Oh yeah, the question, the trivia.
Oh, there we go. It's the Gobo in him, Derek.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I gotta tell you, do you want to show us your Legion's lair? Do you have that ability, or
I do not? No, I'm actually in my. I have a drawer or a box where I keep my figures, and then I have a little space on my desk where I get to swap out my display every couple of weeks, and that's my joy, you know. So that's why I do play around so much with photos and things in the community, is just because that's that much more space to play in. Whereas in the real world, I just have a little space. So yeah.
Right.
Adam says if Scapular has a son, is his name gonna be Scrotos? Mad Max crotch plate heirloom loincloth piece.
If there's a legacy to leave behind, I mean, that would be
Scrotos.
Scrotos.
So, do you want to take questions from the chat?
Sure.
Okay, guys.
If they're ready for some answers.
Dude, ask all the questions you can. This dude's on fire, and Brad will read them. Oh my god! But I get to ask the first question.
Do it, Mike.
And it has nothing to do with what we just talked about. It has everything
now
to
I'm scared.
with your early toy collecting as a child.
Okay.
What toy lines did you collect as a youth, and which ones had the most influence on you?
I was born in '80, so I kind of missed some of the bigger things. Like, I don't know if I ever had any Masters of the Universe.
Okay.
I have an early memory of my mother putting a Lion-O figure on layaway at Kmart.
Okay.
But I don't remember ever getting the Lion-O. So, like I said, we were poor. But I remember a lot of G.I. Joe, like the 3 3/4 ones. And then later on, like some of the X-Men, a lot of Ninja Turtles. I would say that's probably one of the bigger ones, was Ninja Turtles, just because I liked all of the kind of some of those elements of parody in there, where it was like the guy who was a bat but was a Batman, that kind of stuff. But then all of the different little details that were sculpted on there, just little bugs and whatever else. They just did so many different things with that always captured my imagination of the things you could do. And so, because it was very different, like the Turtles compared to like G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was very uniform. Everything had the same articulation. Everything was pretty much, similar, but with different elements to them. But then Ninja Turtles was just chaos. And so I liked both of those, especially for different reasons. One, the uniformity of one side, and then the chaos of the other. It was just, that stuck with me. And I think I still carry a lot of those ideas to this day.
As a kid, I remember playing with both those separately, and then I loved mixing them together and making it be something that was very out there, silly, combining Joes with Turtles. Curb, do you speak Haiti?
Haitian Creole.
Haitian Creole?
No, I am on the wrong side of the country for that. That is, it's by Haiti, right? So I live in the mountains on the west side of Guatemala. So up pretty close, a couple hours from the Mexican border, but just south of it. And wrong side of the country, but I do speak a lot of Spanish, and we have a couple indigenous languages around here too that I can recognize. I can't speak any of it, but so it's just English and Spanish, and then some sign language.
What's Curb's favorite concert he's ever been to? Good one.
Boy, I would say either this is gonna be, if you want some stuff out of left field, I'm gonna say Fleetwood Mac.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good concert.
I bet.
After that, I can remember mostly a couple Weird Al concerts. Those are always a blast.
Yeah,
and then I did get to see, I think, the second Metalocalypse tour, or the Death Clock tours. That was pretty good. And then the other one that I remember was really good was there was Sonata Arctica and Nightwish. The second singer from Nightwish was there, but so not what's her face. But so those, just a lot of different stuff. But I have to say I still remember Fleetwood Mac was just, maybe it was just because it was a lot of old hippies and lots of stuff was in the air, but it was a very good concert. It was fun.
G says we have to speak Curb. And when you meet me for the first time in person, just be ready. This guy is an
Yeah.
abundance.
Well, he's
of energy.
because he's asking about if I speak like the languages that are around here are Mayan, and one of the most local one here is Mam, and yeah, so it's and I've been to Puerto Rico looking for chupacabras and pirate treasure, but I didn't find either one. So, so yeah.
William says, "Who is your favorite Four Horsemen female character?"
Oh,
A good one.
I have no idea. Do they make any? You know, again, I can just, in all seriousness, I like either the two that came out in Ox Crew Wave 1. No, I take that back. Just the one, the Ularia, right?
Ularia.
Yeah, I like her, and I like Mbaya Jinjaira. I do.
She's
unapologetically, in all seriousness, like it is a good design. I know people get hung up on the turkey head thing and everything else, but just her plastic, her molding, just her story and everything. She reminds me of someone from Farscape, so she just hits so many great notes that she is underappreciated.
Yeah, and she glows in the dark. I said it again.
Yeah. And I mean, like, if you've ever seen like real scorpions and they're under black light, that's what they look like.
She's like a scorpion, and she literally glows like a scorpion.
Yeah, I mean, what more do you want? Like, it's got so many cool things going for it.
It's pronounced Kirby, is it not?
Yeah, you can call me Kirby or Curb. Either one's good.
Curb, what is your favorite fantasy movie? Not sci-fi.
Yeah, see, that's a trickier one because I'm not a huge fantasy buff. Like I like weird fiction, so Conan does fall into that. You know, like I've read the whole Conan library, and you know stuff like Lovecraft and that mythos and pulp novels. Like I like the writing from that time just because you know they're paying by the word, and so the prose is wonderful. So as far as fantasy movie, it's I don't know if I could say, like, honestly, the original Conan is probably the one that I've seen the most. Like, if not that, Army of Darkness. Like,
There you go.
if that counts as fantasy. But like,
why not?
Yeah, but even like the original Conan movie was just done so well. Like even the way they introduced him and everything. And kind of the story that they have going on and everything else, like it's a good movie. It holds up so well.
Love it. Derek, Curb, now that the Four Horsemen is doing extra soft goods, what mythic soft goods do you hope they start producing?
So I think we had this on another stream, didn't we? But I want hats.
Hats?
Like, yes, like as both of you know, as much as bald is beautiful, it gets cold. And so, you know, we need like some stocking caps, you know, or some like that hat from Sight, like those big furry hats, fezzes, I mean the cowboy hats. I just want all sorts of hats. And then like, I mean, that's one thing that's great about Plunderlings is that they have all the hats you can play around with. And it's a great time. So that's what I'm going to say is hats.
Jonathan says, favorite X-Files episode?
Boy, that's been forever ago. Because after my parents divorced, like that would be like Friday night watching. We'd go to my dad's house, we'd go to Pizza Hut, and then we'd go and we'd watch TV and we'd watch X-Files on Friday nights when he had us over. So I couldn't tell you the name of the episode or anything, but the one.
I used to watch them. I don't know why I can't think of like certain specific ones, and I literally watched tons of them.
There was one with a guy who was like all slimy and could stretch and fit through things or something like that. I remember that one being like it was in the first season or two because I don't remember
that was
watching it too much.
old.
Yeah, but I remember that was kind of interesting and stuff. And I remember though Palisades had the pals, and they were like little block figures, like mini mates and Kubricks and stuff. And Ken Lilly posted this on his Instagram a while ago of how they had the Fluke Man, the little leech guy, but he came with an outhouse, and they had it where you could open the porta potty and you could put the little Fluke Man head like in the toilet, so it'd be like he's popping up in the middle of this porta potty. So Ken and I reminisced about that. That was a great, one of the best accessories of all times, the little porta potty.
You said that, and I don't know why it made me think of the little G.I. Joe meme I just saw today where Duke is sitting on a toilet, and then they show him getting off the toilet, and there's inside the toilet is a little broken O-ring.
Oh, no.
And I was like, it's like he took a big black broken O-ring turd.
He popped the gasket.
He did. I was like, that is great. Whoever created that is a genius.
That's good.
Oh my God, Curtis is talking blasphemy. Not so much, but he says hot take. I think Arnold is better in a supporting role, and therefore Red Sonja for me is better than both Conan movies. Red Sonja is a good movie.
Did she have Conan in it, or did it have Conan in it?
It had not Conan in it.
But Red Sonja is it's cool.
It just wasn't done as well as the Conan movies. Like even the second movie, as many faults as it has, like it has Olivia d'Abo, it has Andre the Giant, it has Wilt Chamberlain, it had Grace Jones. I mean, it had yeah, it had just the cast was cool. It jumped around a bunch, but that original one, like the direction, the storytelling, and the stuff they did in there was just so good, and the music too. Like it's
the music gets you.
Yeah, like few things hold a candle to what they pulled off in that. Like, and even him punching out a camel and stuff. I mean, it wasn't the most serious thing. I mean, it was just there was also that idea of like, yeah, this is not real. Yeah, I mean, it's just it just has so much going for it.
Oh my God, the 13th Warrior, some Viking goodness. I remember the 13th Warrior. That was a good movie.
Yeah, and I love that every new movie starring Jared Leto that comes out makes that movie look like less of a bomb. So, 13th Warrior is dope, and the book Eaters of the Dead is pretty good too. But I like how they have language as an element of that and culture. It's got its action and stuff, but it's just like the someone who's traveled, when you go and you experience different cultures and things, you have those moments where you're just like, what are these people doing? It's so different from what I do. And that movie just ramps it up and like, okay, we're killing a bunch of hillbillies.
I have a question. And I know it's going to be hard to answer because this will be your first Legions Con. And so that alone is a lot to take in. And there's a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to want to see you and meet you. But and all week long, there's going to be stuff going on. And I get it. If you're going on Thursday to intern, which means you'll probably be there Wednesday, the night before. So you have a few days of a lot of things to do.
Oh, yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most out of your first Legions Con experience?
I think one of the main things was just meeting all the people that I have known closely online. Like even last year, I made up shirts for the four of us, for the four guys in the Malignancy, and we were gonna. So I'm hoping we can get a picture of the four of us with the shirts I made up and stuff, and our little meme and stuff. That would mean a lot, and then being able to be there at the Swig event would mean a lot, having put in work into that. but intern, I that is a dream come true for me. Like that is just being able to be in the studio and just be on, just to taste a little bit of that. That's like I've struggled with depression. I've struggled with imposter syndrome. I've struggled with like just really feeling like I don't have anywhere that I belong. But just if I could pretend for one day that like I'm actually in a place where things make sense, that where the goal is to make the toys, that it's just who that's been my hobby and everything for so long, just to have that fantasy for one day to be like I'm in there, like that is going to be hugely fulfilling. And I am seriously bringing my resume, and I will be trying to get a job. We'll see how that pans out. Like I don't know what I have to offer them at all, but that's sometimes I think for a lot of us there's a lot of catharsis in our toys and in our hobbies, and a lot of joy that comes from it, and a lot of escapism. And so for me, that's always been something as I've been an adult, is like as much as I might feel disappointed by other people or whatever else in life, like just being able to go and have a place where like, what, this is what I've always wanted, this is what I understand. I think that, and even to be at the con is going to be special. I went to Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle this year, and I felt so out of place. Like it was not the con that I had been to, 10, 15 years ago that I go to every year. Like I didn't recognize stuff. Like there was, I think we counted like 2 booths that sold comics. Everything was anime and role playing and so many other things. And I mean, it was great, and you could see so much cool stuff going on. But I found like one booth that had a couple Mythic Legions, but that was it. And I was just like, it was kind of heartbreaking. Like I was like, I don't belong here anymore. The world's moved on. But at Legion's Con, I feel like it's going to be like that place where this is my tribe. This is where I feel like I belong for that sense.
Yeah, there was, I think, like you could ask Rob Zamora even, like I think that was his first time, and like not to say he was bombarded, but it's just like a lot of people, if you're well known and people know you, they're looking to try to find you. And if the next thing you know, you're talking to someone, and then you got a dozen people around, and you're going to be talking to them. And
yeah, it'll be interesting.
It really is. There's such great memories to meet these people and just put a face, actually in person face, to someone that you've been talking to or commenting with. So it is awesome.
Yeah, and what'll be interesting is originally I was planning on going just myself this year, but my wife she saw how excited I was and stuff, so she's been reading up on it, and she's going to come with me and stuff, at least on Saturday. So that'll be interesting. Like
no, that'll be great. That'll be great.
Very
cool. There's a place for her there. It's not like like she'll be like she can hang out with whoever, hang out with you, or it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, and that's just because she knows
she'll realize that, wow, these people are different. I've seen a lot of women there with their husbands be like, oh, I don't mind hanging out with you if you're going to hang out with these people, because
no, and it'll be interesting because she's always kind of been supportive and my hobby here, figures and stuff, but like I don't know, it's not her thing at all, and it's like I respect it, but she's just kind of curious to see what we get up to. Like honestly, who are these people that I associate with online, and just a lot of it. But yeah, I think she'll have a good time, and if not, she's got a hotel room, and she'll have fun. So yeah, so there's nobody else I'd rather share this experience with, honestly, than my wife. So. I'm glad that she gets to be there. So
that's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
Cool. Well, guys, is that a show?
We are at the 2.5 hour mark.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I can talk.
This
was a blast.
We could keep going.
Well, we'll do it. We'll do it at Legion's Con.
We have
Darla.
we have 2 weeks from now. It's official.
The
Badass reviews rescheduled and on Carlos Espino. And he got back to me, and in 2 weeks he will be on the show. We had to cancel because we had some difficulty with the StreamYard, but I'm glad we're getting him back on and rolling.
Yeah, we missed episode 18, so we're going to go back and just do that episode. And
wasn't there supposed to be a fight or something though?
What's that?
I don't know.
I thought there was something big that was going to happen.
What, right before on this episode coming up?
No, yeah, on the one right before Legion's Con. There was.
No, we were just doing a Legion's Con preview.
Yeah, we were just going to do.
We're going to go through each Legion's Con. Well, I don't know if we were going to have Dusty. Were we thinking about having Dusty and Steve on? And
well, I thought about it, but I go, now that we have Carlos on, you just have Carlo on. I mean, obviously
we got to get Carlos on.
Yeah, and he's got a lot to talk about.
The only show we canceled.
And he can tell us about what he's looking forward to Legion's Con as well, I guess. Because it'll be in 2 weeks. It'll be closer at that point. Actually, I guess in 2 weeks that'll be like I'll have to set up. We'll do a little Halloween special or something with Carlo, like we always do. So
yeah, vampires. All about vampires.
I'll bring out the pumpkin. Maybe I'll carve another pumpkin.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on. Man.
Oh, thank you for having me. This is fun.
Show.
Trevor, it will be the best smelling show. I'm sure we'll smell them right through. Yeah. When you go to Legion's Con, he is a very smelling good man. He has this like pig pen of smell good aroma that just goes everywhere with him. Which we want that. We appreciate that. We don't want the other ones that have the pig pen aroma of. I was about to say you're gonna lift up the stink or stench. That's great.
We should have like a Mephitor sticker and like run around and like if anybody's really smelling it up, just hey, how you doing, buddy? And just slap it up.
One.
And just have a big.
I know our good friend Hal. He's from Ohio. He is he's not the best hygiene person, but he could stink up the place, and he would get a sticker, a few of them. Like every day he would get one.
Yeah.
Well, Hal's a Michigan fan. That's why he stinks up.
I'm not going to say anything until we beat him 20 times in a row again.
Freeness of speech.
Go Buckeyes.
Bald and undead is beautiful. Oh my god.
No, life is too good. Bald is beautiful. You can stop there.
G says you have a big hug coming your way, Curb.
Oh, thank you.
Curb, thank you for all you do and have done in this community.
Oh, it's fun. It's just me doing what I feel I can,
Don't do it, boy, like that. That's great. All right, folks. 2 weeks from now, we're getting closer to Legion's Con, so we'll bring Carlo in. We'll interview him. Curb, send him the flame retardant underwear to Carlos's house.
All right.
You got 2 weeks to do it. So he'll be good.
Yeah, we have a postal system in Guatemala again, so I think we can get it up there.
Somehow I got those to you out there,
Yeah. No, it was good. It came on a donkey, but it.
Yeah, I was about to say, I gave it to the stork, and then the stork probably gave it to the donkey, and then.
It's but my wife really likes donkeys, and so it worked out.
Donkey.
Yeah, donkeys are great. They're fun. We have a lot of them in our area.
Nice.
All right, peeps. Until next time. See you.